This coverage will be brought to you with 0 YouTube ads for the first 24 hours, courtesy of Arby's. Hello and welcome to the 2020 Discraft Ledgestone Insurance Open. We are here at stop 7 of 10 on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Big Barry commentary, Jeremy Koling, joined by Paul Ulibarri.
That is me. Happy to be here.
And we are starting off our first round at Northwood's Gold. Let's take a look at our feature group today as we have James Conrad. I don't know what's going on. That look is giving me the creeps, but he finished in 37th place last year at a score of even par. Obviously, we are moving into a new format this year as we take a look at you today on our feature guard. We are playing Northwood's Gold and Eureka, so we are getting a whole gamut of challenging obstacles for us to compete against this weekend. Ricky Wysocki and Austin Hannum rounding out our feature group. We are heading to one of the most difficult courses that you'll see on the entire tour. Northwood's Gold, so tight. The rough is so challenging. And you can see right off the bat, hole 1, par 3, 345 feet. There's about 3 equal sized gaps that are all incredibly challenging. Once you get past that gap clean, you're rewarded with a good look for the birdie. But if you go too far left, you can skip down the hill and be in the rough.
Right, this course has a kind of a theme of tight gaps right away. If you hit the tight gap, you're going to be rewarded with at least par. But if you don't...
One of the most punishing courses for sure for any errant tee shots. James Conrad. He's done well at this event in the past, or at least he did really well at Worlds last year. I believe tied 3rd. I hate making guesses like that if I'm wrong, but he had a great showing last year, almost acing a couple different holes, both at this course. And James going with a really nice hyzer flip wide gap, just connecting on one of those last trees. He wants to bring a little bit more hyzer on that one.
And that's going to be really the play that you see a lot of people throwing with the backhand, is they want to do that wide gap to try to push it in front of those, get a nice little skip up to the basket.
And this is your first time playing this course on this layout, as you were injured last year at the World Championships and for the LEDGESTONE Insurance Open.
That's right.
And you're going with your ESP Nuke.
Swampy. I'm going with Swampy.
You're going with the flick roller. I really like that line. This disc is so understable, but look at this one. You've outdriven and rolled right back to it. You're parked. That was beautiful. What a great start.
Yeah, I mean, this is one that I think most people are going to take par and kind of run with it, but it's not a bonus birdie, I would say, but it is one that feels really good to get. Every single birdie on this course feels really good when you get them.
Ricky coming in 2nd place last year at this event and 2nd place at the World Championships, so he's very comfortable.
With 2nd place?
He's not comfortable with 2nd place, but he likes Peoria. This is overturned. I believe this is the champion Valkyrie that Ricky found last year in Nantucket. That was overturned.
Hannum looks like he's reaching for his nice beat-in buzz here, ESP buzz.
And that's super high and wide. Wow, that is using 100% of the space you have available to you. And an unfortunate kickback. But actually, maybe not. I might have taken him out of the woods into an open look for the birdie. But
yeah, I don't think that was that bad at all. In the circle?
Yeah, it just rolled backwards, so I immediately thought that it wasn't good, but actually turned out to be great. And Ricky just happened to pitch up for the par. James with a long, scary look as that ground behind the basket slopes away and almost connecting from 50.
He does not care about the drop-off.
Yeah, he is an aggressive putter. Austin, unfortunately, does not make the birdie putt. You said that this wasn't really a bonus birdie. But I don't know. I mean, being the first hole of the tournament, and as scary as that initial gap is, that gap is so scary because it's right off the tee. You miss that, you're almost guaranteed a bogey. So hitting that initial gap alone feels so good, and then to get down there and have a short birdie putt like you just made, I don't know. I feel like it's right there at the limit of like, you're not expecting to get this one. You're really happy to get it.
Right.
And the field coming in at average right at par, 3.01, 18% of the field birdied, 16% bogey or worse, and the rest at par. Moving on to hole 2. Par 3, 419 feet. This hole has seen a variety of changes throughout the years, including a triple island variation one time. But now there's really no out of bounds at all on the hole, just played as it naturally is. It is a slight turnover forehand, maybe a backhand flip up, but the only way to really get to this hole, I feel like you have to force over that backhand and maybe with something stable that flexes back.
Forehand, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know what I said, Paul. That's why I have you.
Well.
And is this swampy or is this get out of jail free?
Neither. This is just a bummer.
Oh, that was
just a big
so close to being home free. That early turn was great, and it was just starting to flex back.
That was a Kong or Zeus.
Okay.
It was originally a Kong, and then it changed its name.
Right. And James really no big birdie option, having to play the putter lay up to the top of the hill, maybe scoot down. But from there, it's a very short swing to get down to the pin. Ricky looks like he's lining up something really overstable, perhaps a Firebird. And that just didn't have enough early turn, and that's going to kick way left. And that's where the hole really gets difficult. If you kick in early, or if you hit those initial early trees, there's no chance to save the par. And this is a shot that Austin Hannum throws really well in general. Not so much this time as it connects early, but I think he's in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, I don't think Ricky went down to the bottom of the hill, which was very possible with the kick that he got, and then Austin got a favorable kick to the middle, so they're going to have scramble opportunities for sure.
Austin pitching the hyzer down the hill. He'll have a look for the par. Ricky having to straddle out, and he's got his pig lined up. Just needs to hold that turn just a bit longer. Oh, yeah, that's a great shot. Just cannot put the brakes on soon enough as it slides down to the casual creek behind the pin. All water on this course is casual. That was a bit off.
Yeah, a little misfire there. Looks like he was trying to do a little jump putt, which it was really far for a jump. That's stretching it. And James is really good at jump putting from distance, of course.
What on earth is that? Oh, come on.
Yeah, a little roll away. That was
surprising,
but happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. What a save. James Conrad coming in clutch, getting his feet a little bit wet.
He actually, it took him a while to get his feet positioned in there, and then the longer that he took, the further his feet started soaking in. And so I was like, I was really impressed.
Sounds like a sticky situation.
Yes.
Which is our new favorite catchphrase we've been using all week.
Hannum
saves the par, yeah.
Another good save, yeah.
And we've got 2 more opportunities to save great pars. You're up first. And was that a no?
Yeah, I airballed it and somehow it went in.
He said airball putt. Yeah, no, that's not an airball. That's in.
I said it's going to be a good day. When you're airballing putts and they're going in, it's...
Yeah.
My mini's floating. I'm just going to move it back.
Rick.
Ricky is procured a levitation mini somehow. I don't know how he got that, but I'm interested. And so all 4 saves on the incredibly difficult hole 2, a hole averaging 3.46. Only 10 players out of the 182 player field were able to pick up the birdie. And that's actually really good. That's a difficult hole.
For sure.
Hole 3, par 4, 550 feet. Forehand hyzer or a backhand turnover out of this gap is going to set up a player's second shot across this little field. A short approach once you get out the gap. There's just this little blind ditch that goes down right. Yeah. And if you get down in that ditch, it's actually a very difficult putt up the hill. That backstop behind the green kind of allows a player to get pretty aggressive with their approach.
Yeah.
What are you throwing here?
This is a Z-Nuke.
Wow. And that
First
held
run
a
Z-Nuke.
beautiful line in full distance. That is a great shot as you just ever so slightly hyzer to the left side of the fairway. Should be pretty open, minus the tree that's right there in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, once you get that far on a short par 4 like this, scrambling's a bit easier once you're inside about 200 feet. This one almost
How did that
hits
not hit that
yeah.
tree? It's just a little tree direction. And now James with his rate is jump. That's a jump putt.
Yeah, that one went.
He's so good at these tunnel shots, and he may have gotten a little fortunate there, but that is a great result.
Ricky playing the 2-shot
Yep.
sidearm. It's a really great play. I mean, it actually widens up the fairway playing the sidearm because you can push that left side, kind of get away from that guardian tree that everybody's really scared of.
That one right there. And Hannum's forehand does miss that initial middle one, kicks back to the middle, and had that continue to go right, he could have been in the rough, and now he's got a pretty wide open shot, just a lot farther than the rest of the card.
That's a little bit early. He's going to need to miss that.
Oh.
Kicking left here is actually pretty brutal. The further left you go, the worse the rough is.
Nice touch. Ricky getting over the creek, hitting the tree right there by the pin. That'll be a tap-in birdie. You got to go forehand and hyzer with the ringer. Yeah, that gap does start to shrink a bit, but that does not matter as you are now parked for the birdie. And James has an eagle lined up here. If he can make this one, this is just tracking too far right. Sorry. I had a, I don't know,
Am I good right here?
I don't want to talk about it.
You needed a deep breath.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hannum, bit left, like I said, the rough gets a little worse, as you can see. And
Yeah.
right
it's just-
here, I don't know if they catch it, but he tries to walk down, and he actually falls.
Oh, yeah, I hear you say, are you all right?
And he just
And-
gets
This.
all muddy. I mean, look at his left
Oh,
hand.
my God. Oh, no. And yeah.
Austin's a baller. He goes, I'll just putt it. I'm like, you can wipe yourself off. He's like, I got it. And just makes the 30-footer up the hill.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, I saved my outfit, though, which he did.
That's incredible.
So his priorities were all over the place.
Wow. That is a great story and a great par for Austin. Being out there to the left, like you said, is so brutal. Easily the biggest obstacle in the green area is just that 30-foot left of the pin.
Right.
Huge tree.
And it gives you a good perspective that is actually very steep.
Yeah.
That is a very steep slope right there. So when you're at the bottom, it's a good 15 feet straight up.
Man, we are moving on to hole 4 here, and what a scary hole this could potentially be, as it is just the longest, straightest, most narrow tunnel you're going to see on this course. Actually, not the most narrow, but it is just straight the whole way, 540 feet. The problem is you kick left, you kick right, you're in danger. The most common play is going to be a putter or a mid-range, just trying to throw it as straight as you can. But last year we did see James get a little ambitious as he went big shot wraith and was merely home free and hit the last tree in the fairway. And look at this. Oh my gosh, that is the best drive you're ever going to see on this hole. I mean, you got to look for eagle.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Thank you.
And that was a Z nuke?
That was the same nuke I had just thrown on the last hole, yeah.
Wow, you're doing good things with that disc. James layup, he's changed his game plan on this one, and that's just a bit, I would say maybe a step farther left than he wants to be.
Still really good. I mean, I do like this play going out around, staying away from the out of bounds, staying away from that middle guardian tree, and just kind of placing yourself at 300 feet.
Love that play right there as Ricky goes around the tree with the Anheuser forehand, kept himself right in the middle. Few places more important to stay in the middle than here on hole 4. And that big skip hits the fence and redirects it right in the middle. That's one way to play it.
Yeah, that's, I mean, he was going to be a bit left, but I think he'd probably almost rather be over there. He has a really good sidearm.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good.
And
along with a really good backhand.
This just didn't quite stand up and turn up enough.
Staying in the middle, though.
Yep, a good kick, and that'll be a jump putt down to save the par.
James said he's probably going to go for this one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It was surprising to see him go with the putter there. What a highly skilled shot that was, to be able to avoid those early trees, throwing from an uncomfortable plant foot, and to be able to start the disc out the left side, hyzer flip, use the whole fairway down to the right side. Very skilled shot in Ricky. That's
really good.
That's really good too. And we're gonna eventually get down to Paul's drive. Eventually, at some point, I promise. But are you trying to run this?
No.
Oh man.
No, that's what I told the group. I said I earned the right to lay that one up for going for it on the first one.
I respect that. That was just an incredible tee shot. To make that hole so easy is just what an advantage that plays. And you're going to be 3 down through 4 holes. James. Wow. Conrad doing Conrad things again. Another jump putt as Ricky birdie, Paul birdie, James birdie, Austin Hannum 3. What a 4. What a great way to get out of hole 4 as we move to hole 5, par 3, 354 feet. A very difficult hole. And just like put things in perspective here, this is just the 8th hardest hole in the course, average 3.29. There's so many holes in this course that can eat you up. Anytime you kick off the fairway, this hole included, it's just pack your lunch. I mean, you're going to be scrambling all day long.
I love this, the way that this hole is designed. Anytime you have staggered trees like this, it makes the shot shape so much harder, especially for a righty. And I go a little inside, but I sneak in there for a little something.
Okay. Oh, wow. You were actually all the way up to the green almost. Yep. So that was your Mantis, and that was turned over nicely. Just a little overturned there at the end. James going rock 3, I believe.
Rock. We'll just call that one a rock 2.
Yeah, I see what you did there, and that is awesome. It sets up way better for that backhand Anheuser. Rick's going 11-time rock. This seems like it might be overturned. It is.
That's more of a rock 3.
And there's another knock-knock joke there. That's a rock 3. Okay. Nice. Austin's such a fast player. He's so ready to go. Just steps up and look at that. I mean,
So good.
4 really great tee shots. Ricky's just a little bit off. Maybe he's not happy with his result, but to get kicked into the middle and have this easy approach for the 3 again, I mean, yeah, he's going for that. Wow.
Yeah, he's never not going for that.
Okay. All right. Well, good on you.
I'm sitting about 3 feet outside the circle is all. So
Wow.
got pretty
Come on.
lucky. Yeah, got
what
pretty
a
lucky
start.
with having kind of a wide open gap. I had to hit like this initial gap, but I mean, I did have a nice little window there, and from the tee we heard it hit something, and I didn't think I'd have that good a look. So it was one of those like, oh, well, we better make it happen, I
Opportunity
guess.
knocks. You got to come making putts. Austin leaving another one short, still looking for the first birdie of his tournament. And Ricky just a little obnoxious tree in the way, but he manages to
Literally in his ear.
get a clean swing and connect on the birdie putt or the par putt, and James is moving up to his super park job, and James is 3 under. We still haven't seen a red score here at Northwood's Gold, and I promise you, this is the hardest course you're going to play that doesn't have out of bounds everywhere.
Right.
There's some courses that just have OB and the wind makes it hard. This course is just naturally difficult. We moved to hole 6, par 3, 370 feet, low ceiling the whole way. A good play is a backhand flex. You also sometimes see a backhand roller or a forehand roller just to avoid that low ceiling.
Yeah, and the camera really doesn't do it justice, as it is very low ceiling, so you're actually going to have to go with a faster disc, or you're going to have to really get on something with Anheuser to make sure that it doesn't get that height.
And that was a huge skip, but maybe a nice little break to hit something once it got into the wood line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the circle. That's fine.
James going, what? I don't know what line that is.
I think he was just trying to do the force over flex with the Firebird,
Yeah.
but got the nose up a bit.
It is so hard to control the nose angle
Yes.
to be able to navigate this fairway at this height restriction. Ricky going to be going with his Firebird. And this is flexing so nice in last second. Man, that did not... It looked like that was home free.
Oh, it was out of his hand. It was perfect height,
Yeah.
perfect angle, just too straight. And
Just needed to break a bit more to the right.
Austin is going with the sidearm roller. This is a machete.
Yeah, this is looking like it's got a lot of steam and just never quite fought back to the left. It's going to be pin high, 30, 45.
Yeah, I think that's... That's as good as you can do right there. I mean, it looked like he almost hit the tree, just beats that one.
That
Good to go.
James had a long way to go still with that low ceiling still in play the whole way and keeping that putter low and throwing a great approach.
I love how this course keeps throwing different angles at you the whole time. From left to right to left to straight to left to right to left on the same hole type thing. And then you have to have a full...
Bag of tricks?
Yeah, I was going to say arsenal.
Yeah, full arsenal of tricks.
Full arsenal of bag of tricks.
Of angles and
Good
skills.
stuff, yep.
And this is going to be quite difficult to get the power you'd like with that awkward stance. Yeah, that's frustrating being so close, but that could have been deeper and had no look, so still not happy with not connecting on the putt inside the circle.
Anytime you miss from 12 feet or whatever, it's not very good. Even if you have to come up with some sort of weird little deal.
Yeah, it's not.
I didn't take my time, I think, on that one, honestly.
Well, before I forget, we've got to give a huge shout out to Steven Becker for the hole-in-one on this hole. How you ace this one, I'm not quite sure. I guess, you threw a shot that got a pretty big skip. I'm guessing it had to be.
And I took a 3, so I still don't know how he did it.
Right? But that is, what an incredible ace to get. There's not many holes you can ace at this event. Don't tell it to James Conrad, of course, but that is an awesome thing to go home with. So congrats to him. On to hole 7, par 3, 400 feet. And once again, you think the ceiling was low on 6. Check out hole 7. This one's longer, though. The ceiling is low early, which really forces the player to come up with some sort of incredibly unique way of throwing what is normally just a standard distance.
Yeah, you're going to see some hyzer flips through the middle, and I feel like a lot of people are trying the roller.
Yeah, roller's a great play, but that is so much distance to carry with that initial shot only 7 feet off the ground. James is going roller, but man, look, that was just barely off the ground and still was too high.
Yeah.
But still, the disc is rolling. It's still spinning, and it's moving its way down the fairway. That'll be an easy approach.
Yeah, very surprising with how far that kept going on that angle after he hit those branches.
I agree.
He'll take it. This is another one of those. I feel like it's a bonus birdie, but.
This is. I think you're absolutely right about that. This is 100% bonus birdie. If Austin is going with the forehand roller, I do think this really opens up better than the backhand roller, just as you can swing it out there. Just needs this.
Yeah, a great tool to have. That takes a lot of power.
Yes, it does. And it's all about choosing the right disc. You want to go understable disc, you can fly it a little bit farther out the gap as Ricky sticks the approach, but no! Hitting those initial rocks and getting an immediate refund to Bogeyville, potentially.
Yeah, that was a horrible roll.
Wow,
horrible.
Too close for his own good. And with that green sloping away to an elevated basket, not a good time to run unless you're James Conrad. He runs everything.
Full send.
But that just shows how much confidence he has with any sort of comebacker.
So not only this roll away, but it gave him this weird little awkward putt. And it don't matter when you're Ricky. He's
Khaki Wysocki with a cash putt from so far away.
The fact that he can get that much pop. He didn't even fall forward. Great control there from Ricky.
I love watching him putt when he's in the zone. Your air shot got that all the way there?
Yeah.
What?
Unless somebody kicked it over there. That's where I found it.
You were one of 30 players to birdie the hole. 16% of the field.
That's a high percentage, I feel like.
That is way higher than I would have guessed. And you're 5 down through 7. Has anyone told you this course is hard yet, or do you know that?
People keep telling me that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think it is. We haven't really got to the super meaty part of the course yet. But it is, these are all great birdies that get early and certainly padding whatever happens as you get to the back nine. As we get to hole 8, par 4, 680 feet. 2 plays you're going to see most are going to be the backhand roller first and foremost, because that low ceiling carries all the way down the entire length of the hole. But you can also see a backhand driver thrown with a little bit of turn, and that can get down there far too.
At the beginning of the tournament, I said that I felt like this was going to play as the easiest one, and it's coming in second easiest?
Third
easiest.
Yep.
There's just nothing in the way, and with how good everybody is right now, when there's nothing in the way, you're going to get down there and then find some way to get onto the green.
Right. Like you're saying, if you miss the fairway here, you can still scramble.
Yes.
There's only a couple places on the course where that is true.
It almost like lets you breathe a little bit
Yeah.
after the first holes that you just played. And now, I mean, roller isn't the easiest play, but this is the biggest fairway you're going to have on the whole course.
I love this line from James, just missing the one in the middle, and this is going to be far.
He throws it far.
Yeah, James gets a lot of power behind that. What makes the roller very difficult on this tee shot is that you have that initial early tree on the left. It really forces the player to almost handcuff their drive down right. That's the tree right there. Ricky goes very flippy. Maybe actually not that flippy. Maybe that was a more stable disc that he just got down with a lot of angle early. That was a good shot. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is, but he did throw it a few times.
Yeah, we've seen him throw it a couple times already. And Austin, that's a good-looking roller. That right side gap, well, as I say that, he hits the tree. I thought that had enough cut, but now...
When you go that right side, that's the one that you have to miss.
It's the one that's in the way.
As he was lining this up, he goes, well, I've thrown it on every hole so far.
It seems like he has. So that'll be outside circle 2 for Austin. And you're pretty far to the right side. You got a sidearm hyzer approach, and that one just got away from you a bit.
Oh, yeah. I had literally a wide open, no way you could messed it up.
Oh, man. Nice approach for Rick.
Leave it to me to figure it out.
I mean, I wouldn't beat yourself up too much right now.
If you saw where I was, though,
Yeah.
like you could drive a semi-truck straight to the hole.
James, one of the things I really love about this hole is the approach is so deceiving. You have that low ceiling branch coming in, so the grass does not skip, but the hard pan ground skips. So getting the speed right, oh my gosh, yeah, Austin almost drills it from 80 feet. Getting the speed right is so difficult. Normally you want to just float one in, but you can't float one with a low ceiling.
Right.
Another rim hit. So the other option is to drill it into the green with a lot of speed and maybe get a little slide, but the grass doesn't slide much. And if you miss the height a little bit and you hit that hard pan ground, then you do what James did, which is get a birdie.
Right.
But you could also see how if you hit that ground too hard, you could skip 40 feet long in a heartbeat. But Northwoods really is full of all sorts of very well-designed obstacles and challenges that make the player think really from the beginning of the round all the way
Makes you
throughout.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
On every shot, you have a nervous feeling on every single tee pad to where if you don't throw it perfect, you would almost it's not that you would rather some courses if you're off by a lot, you'll get away with it. Not here. If you're off by a lot, you're going to get punished. If you're off by a little bit, you're going to get punished. You have to throw it good.
And so we're going from the third easiest hole to the second easiest hole, rounding out the front 9 here. We are on hole 9, par 3, 321 feet. The hole that James Conrad hit the cage dead center with his MD4 in last year's World Championships. You're going to see a lot of forehands, but also some backhand turnover mid-ranges. That early tree on the right side gobbles up so many shots. It is so important to miss it on the left side. Otherwise, you're going to be laying up for par. And that left side comes into play so much. And James just barely ticks one of those trees. And you see it immediately shot his disc down.
Somebody's dragging a barbecue back there. Made Ricky do a little reset.
And Ricky going high stability. I believe that's a Firebird. And look at that shot. Skip up to the green.
Yeah, he can have a second go grab himself a burger.
I feel like he's earned it with that tee shot.
Yeah.
And are you trying to play the flip up?
Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to do a little hyzer flip on the inside. Or hyzer flip into the gallery.
And I think that opens up the hole the most, but it also brings that left side in if you just barely miss your angle, which on this occasion you did. Austin Hannum right now going for 18 straight pars. Hopefully he can get his first birdie of the round here. Sets up so well for his forehand, and I think we're going to have a nice tap-in birdie for Austin.
He deserves it. He deserves it to
Yeah,
round
he's-
out that 9 with a nice little tap-in. Ooh, with a follow flight.
I like that. Especially that little bit of roll at the end was very nice. Austin has definitely been scrambling to not take any bogeys and not get any birdies. That is a hard thing to do at Northwood's Gold. And he can finally say, I've got a birdie at the 2020 LEDGESTONE Open. James, floaty run just over the top. Oh, almost catching right side chains. Back there with James. And Rick's in for the birdie. And that's a solid 4 under front 9.
Send that up if you want to.
Dude, I'll be honored to get my first birdie of the round.
Is it?
And Austin's done it. He's got his first birdie. A great tee shot.
Yeah, it's interesting that this comes in as a second easiest hole on the course because it's pretty tough.
It's hard to get the birdie. I mean, only 29% of the field was able to secure the birdie.
Just nobody bogey.
It's just, yeah, very
Right.
few bogeys, heavy on the par. $119 players of the 182 player field taking threes on hole 9.
Yeah.
And that'll finish the front 9 with no red numbers, which is an impressive feat to say the very least. As we're going to take a look at the front 9 leaderboard check-in. Kevin Jones, Greg Barsby, and yourself leading the way at 5 under par. Conrad and Wysocki are right there behind you, as well as myself, Zach Melton, Chris Dickerson, Ezra Robinson. Bickle, I don't know Bickle's first name, but a ton of players are right there. There's going to be a lot of tight scores in this front 9. Things are going to open up in the back 9. How do you feel about the front 9?
I think it went really well. I think one of the most impressive things about the front 9 is exactly what you said, no red numbers. That, I promise you, no spoilers, but that'll be tough to do on the back 9. That's really where the tough part of this court, the meat of the course, really takes over, and let's see how it goes.
Well, one of the most well-designed back 9s in disc golf is coming up. Make sure you join us. Thank you so much to the JomezPro Founders Club. We'll see you soon.